Welcome. Go.
What?
Say something.
Oh, hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome back.
You didn't say shit.
That was the point.
Okay, start over. Welcome back to fucking Mascom.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks.
You did it.
You made it back. We almost didn't make it back.
God willing.
We
I
almost
know.
didn't make it back. Can we drop? No, keep them up.
Yeah.
We almost didn't make it back. Someone got blown up in LA.
Oh, yeah. That was terrifying.
We had a little stint.
We got back
made
from
it here
LA
alive.
yesterday at like 7 a.m.
Yeah, it was my idea to put us on a red eye. No, we both agreed to it.
Yeah,
And
we were like,
that'd be
this is
so sick to
yeah,
get you
such a good
blankets and
idea.
pillows and shit.
It was true. We slept the entire time, which was
The
nice.
entire
but-
time. I'm gonna go for a drop. Woo. It's been grueling. And we had a full week there, which was
We learned was too much.
6 days too long to be in LA. And we know that. We always know that.
But we do it every we do that every single time. We'll be like, no, for real, like we got so much stuff to do, like let's book, we'll do a full week and we'll get everything done. Well, obviously everything gets fucked up and we're just sitting there with our thumbs up our asses.
Yeah, we did have a lot to do. Yeah, and then it all got screwed.
Yeah.
And then one day out of nowhere, we're going to turn, we have like in our room like a gas fireplace, and we're going to turn it on and it's not turning on. And I'm like, Gina, you broke the fireplace.
And you
this is
know
gonna cost me a fortune.
that it was you that like halfway
No,
shut
you
it
had
off.
turned it off last.
No,
I
I-
promise you everything.
I was in the bathroom when you shut it off.
I didn't shut it off.
Yes,
it was
you
already
did.
off, bro. It was already off.
Okay, we're not.
When I went out there to try and turn it on, it
you
was
were
off.
you were the last one to shut it
No,
off.
I wasn't. I wasn't.
Okay, I knew that you were, and you were like, oh, so
That's untrue because you had turned it off. It was her fault. So
either way.
and so then she shut it off last, and so I go to turn it back on after she shut it off, and then it wouldn't turn on, and we're like, well, fuck, okay, it's broken. That's so weird. And so we're getting ready. We go to leave for the night, and there's a note on our door, and it says that you have a major gas leak,
A visible gas leak.
visible gas leak at your house.
So they had to turn the gas off.
And the pamphlet was like, don't. It was like the things like not to do when you do have a gas leak, and it's like light a fireplace, light a match, turn the lights on,
Turn your car on.
turn your car on, do the stove. And we had 7 candles lit, every fireplace on, stove burning for 6 days straight.
Just
Just revving the engine in the driveway. Yeah, not sure how we didn't go with the wind on that one.
Yeah,
but
blow up, I don't know.
We didn't. But then the house was like 50 degrees, really, really cold. It was fine. We made it out of that. What else
And it's
did we-
fixed now, apparently. We were already gone, so it didn't matter.
Oh yeah, they
But-
fixed it. What else did we do there? We went to some bar. Oh,
What were you going to say?
what were you gonna say?
No,
I feel like I know what you were gonna say.
No, you go first, and
No,
then
you
I'll
go first.
Seriously?
I swear to God.
No, I was going to say we were supposed to do the sexy Christmas shoot, and then we showed up to that place.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is actually
Thank
fucked
God you're
up.
here to fill in the blanks. I
Yeah.
would have
We just got to help each other out. We got to support each other.
jumped and skipped a million steps. Yeah, we were gonna do sexy Santa play photo shoot for OnlyFans, and we got booked this apparently a pier space, which I didn't know was even a thing. And we show up, and there's this guy like leaf blowing in the garage, and I'm like, maybe that's not the house. So we do a lap. He's still in the garage. We go get waters, come back. He's not in the garage anymore.
But our photographer's there.
Our photographer's there, and she's like, come in, like he's showing the house. And I'm like, why the fuck is there somebody here? And we go inside, and he's like, hey girls, all good. I'm gonna be in the office in the back. Like if you guys need anything, let me know. And we're like, okay. And then he leaves, and we're like, yo, why is there a full grown man here? That's super, super weird. And
So we're taking like a tour of the house, and then we walk past the room that he's in, and the door is wide open, and he's like looking at us as we're walking around. So once we're done looking, our photographer goes up to him and is like, hey, like I'm just gonna shut this door really quick. Like, is that cool? And he's like, I mean, yeah, but I have to come out anyways and do my rounds every 15 minutes to check on you guys. And she was like,
wait a minute, hang on a second. Why would you do that? And so she's questioning him up and down, and he's like, no, like it's mandatory. Like the owners like really want me to like make sure everyone's comfortable and everyone's
that everything's
good and
okay.
that the house is good, whatever. And she's like, oh, and he's like, well, like what is it, like a lingerie shoot? like, she's like,
Is it?
yeah.
And she's like, well, yeah. So, you know, I just want to make sure the girls are comfortable. And he's like, well, I have to do it because of the owners of the house or whatever.
Yeah, so she comes back to us, and I'm like, fuck that.
But the only reason why he told us that he was going to do that is because she tried to shut his office door. So imagine if she didn't go up to him, we would have been just like cheeks clapping in a bedroom, and he would have just walked in.
Unannounced. And then I would have gotten arrested because I would have beaten the fucking life out of
Full
him.
nude, just sprinting at this guy.
I
like,
would
straight
have
for his
literally
neck.
just jumped. No, I would have jumped from behind, wrapped around his head, and
Yeah.
so I'm glad that didn't happen. But so yeah, we're standing in the kitchen, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then she calls somebody who had shot the other day before and was like,
At the
yo,
same place.
he made us really uncomfortable and like had wandering eyes and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck
Why is
is
this
happening?
happening?
This is wrong. So we didn't shoot there, obviously. We just left. And we were just really like blown away by that. Because that was just some random dude like getting it where he could, you know? Which is fucking crazy. And he's lucky he made it out of there alive.
I swear to God. We also just left and didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Like grabbed all of our shit and just like tiptoed out the door.
Yeah, because fuck that. That was crazy. So yeah, we ended up luckily getting a different place to stay because we had the gas leak. We couldn't stay at home.
So it did align perfectly.
It did work out.
It just like delayed everything. So we were there that full week for no reason until like
even
the
know what we
weekend.
did, bro.
We could have just came on like Friday.
Yeah, and that's fine. What else did we do there? Oh yeah, we went out to that bar.
Yeah, that's what you were going to talk about. You when I interrupted you and you're like, no, you go first. You said something about that bar, the bar with the
Oh.
beers and the brats.
Yeah, we went to get beers and brats, and then we went to another place.
It was like some
and
German place. It was actually really
It
cool.
was dope, and our server was like kind of mean, but I feel like that was a part of like the shtick.
Yeah.
You know?
What
Had
was
to really
her
give it
name?
to us.
Helga? Sylvia. Her name was
Sylvia,
Sylvia.
yeah.
She was such a bitch. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was so sick. But at the end, she was very grateful.
Yeah, she was. She liked us.
Yeah. And the place after that was we we dressed like idiots.
Yeah.
That's just how we dressed like a
low budget
sports team.
So Brianna kept calling us.
And they're like, wow, I can't believe they let you guys in. Like, it was on the east side of LA, which is like more like, I don't want to say hippie, but artsy.
Yeah,
and
like artsy,
artsy
hipster.
fartsy, and like the musicians and like
We saw the Sprouse twins while we
Cole
were
and
there.
Dylan Sprouse, which is so funny. It's just funny when you see people, then you see them out, and it's like, I used to watch you all the time.
And what are you doing here?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we see you.
Yeah.
We get it.
We
Cool.
had I was talking to like this guy's friend, and then I like looked over, I'm pretty sure it was Cole, and we like made eye contact for like 6 seconds, like too long. And then I looked back at the guy, and he's like, did you just have a moment with Cole Sprouse?
I think so.
I was like, I didn't want to. It was weird, man. But they're just people. I don't know. I feel like people make a big fuss over stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're also, it's just
another guy.
just another
day.
couple people. I think that's the funny thing.
LA is weird, man.
LA is
You
so
can't-
weird.
We say this all the time. You cannot trust anybody, and everyone's gonna let you down.
Yep.
And no one's gonna come through when they're supposed to. And everyone, wants to see you until you're there, and then no one gives a shit, which is fine. I'm not expecting anybody to give a shit. But
No,
like,
that's actually, we expect them to not. But then they really don't. And it's like, seriously?
Come
You still
on.
don't care? It's fine. So then we got out of there quick on a red eye for whatever reason. And we made it back here, and we're happy to be back. But we're only here for a couple days. We have a busy fucking week.
we're here today. Tomorrow we have a shoot all day, which is hysterical. I don't
We
even
have a
know
photo
how
shoot
that
with
happened.
this really cool tea brand.
Real tea.
I don't know if you guys know them. RYL
Real tea.
Real Tea.
It's like an iced tea. I thought it was alcoholic. Apparently it's not. It's just like regular, which is cool because we're trying to.
Yeah, trying to stay off the bottle a little bit. This weekend we're probably going to be on the bottle a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to Louisiana too, which is hysterical and
really
confusing.
funny. Really confusing. And you guys are going to be really confused.
But we're going to shoot a bunch of guns and
Yeah, we're going to do woods shit. You don't know. You're confused, but
like southern
why I would
stuff.
say that. Yeah, I don't know why I would say woods shit per se.
We have 4 brain cells left between the two of us trying desperately to like make something happen.
Yesterday we had an hour drive home. We didn't say a word. in
The music wasn't even on either.
No music. I don't even think we were breathing.
No, I wasn't.
I don't remember the drive at all.
No.
I kept looking over to see if you were sleeping, and you were just
No, I wasn't. I've learned that, like, I think when I sleep in the car, you get annoyed by it. So I don't.
No, I enjoy it, man. Like,
Oh,
it's time
really?
to myself.
Oh, I thought you get annoyed because, like, if I have to be awake, she has to be awake.
So fucked up.
And I, like, the car is my, like, best place to sleep. Like, I will
Then
pass
fall
out
asleep,
immediately.
brother. I'm pretty sure I tell you.
Desperately.
I tell you to nod off.
We should have had this conversation earlier because the amount of times that I'm, like, trying so hard to not doze off
No, I put on all like my sad songs and I sing to them.
and cry while I'm checked out. That's
Sometimes.
crazy.
Only at night. The tears fall. It's not true. Anyways, yeah, we're doing that. And then after Louisiana, we're driving.
Yeah.
We're driving
We're back on
home.
the driving stint, which is...
And then we're going to hang out with the Canucks.
So, long story short, which also is really funny because he just never, like, responded to me. So perhaps...
No, he'll be back.
Yeah, they always come back. It's this, like, kid that I've known. I've never actually met him, I don't think. But he used to try and, like, ask me on a date, like, a long time ago. Like, he was a friend of a friend. And now I guess he plays for the Canucks, right? Well, they're playing the Predators the week we get back. So he was like, oh, like, you got to come to Nashville, blah, blah. So now we're driving from Louisiana Monday to then go hang out with them Monday night. And then Brianna bought us tickets to their game on Tuesday. On the glass, the seat next to the visitors bench. So, like, he's gonna look over and it's gonna be our big faces, and I'm not gonna tell him. And, like, the last time I spoke to him, I was, like, clowning on him because he, like, kept texting me and I kept not answering. And he never responded. So maybe I'll never see him until that game, and then it's just us there anyways. And we had this whole plan. I wanted to hold up.
This is funny.
I wanted to create a sign that says, like, number whatever he is, like, you're gonna be a daddy, and hold it up during the game, and really freak him out. But then we thought about me getting on the jumbotron, and then people on social media,
world
and then it's a
seeing.
whole thing, and then it's not true, and then suddenly I'm mocking people who can't actually get pregnant because I'm joking about it.
Yeah.
And then maybe he's got, like, some other bitch. And now I'm saying that I'm pregnant. Maybe his parents see. Like, it's a whole thing that we didn't think through.
Until you did. And I'm surprised you did.
Yeah. Thank God I did it before it happened, because we would have definitely done it and I probably would have regretted it. But we're still cooking up a sign. Something
about maybe a stick or...
My dad.
Her father. This is what her father came up with. Go
we
ahead.
were talking to my parents about it, and he was like, number so-and-so, let me grab your stick, I think is what my dad said the sign should say, which is, if you know my dad, like, he never makes any, like, sexual innuendos or references. Like, he would never do anything to make anyone feel remotely, like, uncomfortable. So him saying that was just,
it was
like,
crazy.
irate.
Really out of pocket. I was really happy about it.
But yeah, so stay tuned for that. That should be a fun little bit we do.
Yeah. Watch out on the TV. We will be on
1,000% on, like, directly on the glasses.
Whatever we have to do.
Crazy.
I saw this one thing, and I know we're not, like, actually famous. I think it was a comedian, and she was at a game, and they were like, and over here it's da-da-da, and they, like, announced, like, what celebrities are at the games and stuff.
Oh.
She was like, it was like a comedian. I don't know who she was. And in my wildest dreams, that would happen to us, but
Yeah,
it wouldn't.
what would you do if you got on the jumbotron?
I would envision us doing, like, a boobloosh or something.
Okay, that's what we talked about this bit before.
Oh,
Like, all the different things. No, you would bend me over and start like, just spanking it. And then also, like, if we had a beer, like, I'd dump it and Brianna would go underneath and drink the boobloosh.
Yeah.
If we were to get on the jumbotron.
Wasn't one of them that we would, like, fake make out or something?
Yeah,
Like
we like do
animals.
the thing.
The arms behind the back.
But it
Or what if we both turned around and did
that.
the fake thing?
Yeah.
So
We got a
annoying.
couple things up the sleeve, so if that does happen,
We'll be prepared.
prepare to be shocked.
Yeah.
Shock and awe.
Yeah, so that's what we got coming up. I don't know what's happening in life. I'm so lost. And we sit here and we're like, what are we doing? Where are we going?
We're like, God, we have to go and do this. It's like, really? You're going to bitch that you have to.
It's really cool. We're doing a lot of fun things.
Yeah.
Very excited.
Also.
Oh, What were you gonna say?
Just fucking go. Just say what you want. It's okay.
No, my mind went to me sleeping last night. But
That's what I was gonna. That's what I was gonna bring up.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
because my dog, dude. I don't know. She wouldn't eat dinner, which is like such a red flag. Like she
dances. She does a choreographed dance when it's dinner time. She literally
and it's like
throws her head back. It's like a whole thing.
7 a.m. on the dot, 4 p.m. on the dot. Like every day she doesn't miss it. Well, she wouldn't eat yesterday. She was acting all weird, and then she threw up a huge pile of barf in the yard, which Brianna picked up. Thank you. 'Cause she knows I got a weird thing about textures.
Yeah, I don't mind
so
it.
I couldn't. And then she was super thirsty, and then I felt her abdomen. It felt distended, you know. I'm not confident that that's actually what it was, but in my head it was. I did this whole Google search. Her belly, it did feel, you saw it. It felt like a little, she was
Yes.
like bloated.
Yeah, and I said, hey, Gina, she ate my mom's dogs, had her head in their food bin. So we don't even know how much
she was up
food
on
she ate.
two legs.
Chowing down on food that wasn't hers, had a really bad stomach ache, really bad gas, and then threw it up. And I said, hey, she just has a tummy ache.
So
you know when you eat bad foods and you get bloated, that's what's happening to her. It's okay. Gina likes to assume that everything is like possible death. So
I thought her stomach was twisting. So I was up pretty much the whole night with her. I would like rub her belly. I was trying, and at one point I pushed a fart out of her. Yeah. Which I'm like, okay, she's going to be okay 'cause she's letting it out. Like, it's fine. But yeah, it
That's
was
so
definitely all just gas and that.
it's still going this morning.
So as you guys probably know, we share a bedroom. We have like 2 king beds in this this giant bedroom. So me and Josie, like when she's sick like that or when she's being annoying, like I'll go in the living room with her. So it was like 11:30. We went to bed at 9:30 last night.
Yeah.
It was
Ouch.
11:30, and Josie woke me back up, and I was like, okay, let's just go to bed. So we walk in the room, and I get in bed, and I look over, and Brianna's sitting straight up in her bed, just staring forward. And I'm like, I put my covers on, and I'm like looking at her. And she's not sitting back down. She's just sitting straight up. I don't know if I spooked her or like
I
what
was
was
asleep.
happening. And
I
she
don't-
didn't remember this happening, which is so scary.
No, I don't remember this
She's
happening.
like spooky. She's got spooky shit that always happens to her.
I do weird shit. God, I woke up I've waken up like screaming bloody murder like several times in my life. Like really scary.
If you did that, I would honestly
I
shit
don't know.
I would
so glad it hasn't happened with you.
definitely shit my pants.
It happened with
It shit the
happened
bed.
with a few people. Yeah. Fucked up. That leads us into our spooky story segment.
For the record, I don't have any. I don't have any.
It's just me. It's a
I don't
bunch
have
of-
any supernatural experiences.
I have a lot of weird things that I've done and that have happened to me.
She's got a lot of demons.
Yeah. Well, and also when I was young, I was told that I was like a portal for spirits to come at night.
Who would tell a kid that?
Denise, bro, my mom's medium friend. She would always like come give readings and stuff, and she said that I was like a portal for, and like spirit, like they'd come to me before they could like cross over, and I'd have to be like, okay. And then my mom this morning was like, yeah, you'd always like say how you'd make me close your closet at night because it was the portal for the spirits. Whatever.
I asked your mom, I'm like, did that not freak you out? And she was like, loved it. I was like, why?
My mom's like also really weird and spiritual. I don't know. I'm very spiritual and I'm very like intuitive, but fuck, that shit was so goddamn freaky. When I was little, I would like, well, there's 2 segments. Oh my God. And there's a bunch of, I've seen some weird shit. When I was like a lot younger, I used to sleepwalk a lot and like sleep talk. And my mom, I would just like, I would be like crying, like sleepwalking down the hallway, just like crying. I've almost like fallen down the stairs a bunch of times, sleepwalking.
I would euthanize you if I saw you in the middle of the night crying and like running towards me. That's terrifying. Yeah.
I would at my dad's, I've like sleptwalked like in the winter outside and been just laying in the snow, like with no coats on or anything.
And no one did anything about this? Like nobody thought to seek medical?
It was the olden days, man. I don't know. I just thought just a
Yeah, I
chronic
guess
sleepwalker.
They give you a turn up and it cures you.
Yeah, and I remember, I don't know, I was always very scared sleeping. Like I was like always like watching my door, and I would have like all my stuffed animals piled around my head.
Ew.
Just keep this one little peephole. in my eyes, and I'd sleep like this with all the stuffed animals around me, and I could just like, so I was hidden, but I could still see the door, and then I would like end up falling asleep. I don't know, it was weird. And then sometimes I'd wake up, and this is like, I'm a little bit older now. I'm not like as young, and I'm not seeing ghosts and shit. Mm-hmm. I'm older. I'm like aware of my thoughts, and I'm not like imagining things. I would get really scared. Me and my sister had like a knocking code between our walls. Mm-hmm. And so like one knock was, I don't know, I don't feel good. 2 knocks was like, I'm scared.
Actually?
Yeah, we had knocking code. So I would like do a knock or whatever, then I would go sleep on, we had bunk beds, and I would go sleep on her top bunk. And one time, this has happened twice to me. I think it was both on her top bunk. I think one time I was alone though.
Spit it out.
And I woke up and there was a bunch of heads floating around me. I know what you're thinking. That sounds really, it was really weird. And one time it was like a bunch of people I knew, like my friends and stuff. And I was like, you guys gotta leave. Like I gotta go to sleep. And it's like just heads, like physical heads. And I'm awake. Like I'm looking around the room and I'm like, oh, Chantel's still sleeping. But all these heads are here. And I'd be like, you guys gotta go. Like I gotta go to sleep. And I'd lay down and go back to sleep. And the other time it was a bunch of strangers and their heads. And I was like, seriously, you guys have to leave. I have to go to bed. Whatever, they would leave and it was fine. And then probably like a year or something after that, I'm like 17 or something. Like I'm not young. And I wake up and I see this and there's a girl standing in my room. So my bed's here, and I would always have my TV on at night because I was scared. Disney Channel on. And there's this girl standing like directly across from me against my wall, like facing my TV, not facing me. And she's like like as big as me, like not young. We're probably the same age at the time. And she's drenched, like soaking wet. Her hair is like in her face. Imagine like the Grudge girl, kind of like that, because her hair's like wet.
What's she wearing?
I don't know. Just like wet clothes. I don't remember exactly. I just remember, and she had a hand to her face. And she was just facing the wall. She wasn't facing me or anything. And I sat up but I wasn't like that scared in the moment, which is really weird. But I was just staring at her. And she wouldn't leave and she wouldn't move and she wouldn't do anything. And I like sat there for probably like 3 or 4 minutes just like fucking staring at her. And then she ended up like just going away, and then I fell back asleep. And then the night after that, she was in my dream, but I was her and I was floating over my body watching myself sleep. Like, and in my dream I knew I was her. And then the night after that, it was just her face in my dream. And after that, I slept on my mom's floor for like 3 weeks.
Oh shit, yeah.
I didn't go in my room. Then I was scared. And then I had to go in my room and I had to say, the medium girl was like, okay, go in your room and tell her.
Is Denise the medium?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell her that she can like cross over. She can go. And so I went in my room and I was like, hey, can't stay here, brother. Sorry.
Yeah.
You gotta go. I gotta go to sleep. And then I didn't see her after that. And then the medium lady told me that she was my best friend from a past life, and she drowned, and that's how she died. And she just came back because she wanted to play with me. Take that for what you want. I don't.
Oh my God.
I don't really know much about anything, but all I do know is that, like, if I got up and like touched her, I would have like, that's how real it was. I could have like gotten up and like grabbed her.
Yeah.
But fuck that. I'm not touching her.
You
all
probably
wet
would
and
have.
shit.
As a kid, you probably would have.
If I was younger, probably, yeah. I wasn't that scared when I was younger. God, one time, never mind. So yeah, we were like, when I was young, we were outside and it was winter time and there was like this giant wall of pine trees. And there was like a bunch of like men like marching across the pine trees. I don't know. I was a really weird kid.
You just saw that?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Just remembered it. Sorry, I don't know.
Trying to find the relevance in that.
No, it just popped in my head. Forget about it. I don't know if you guys believe in that sort of thing.
But she saw it with her own two eyes.
Yeah, but if you've seen something, I've seen something. And if you haven't, I'm just talking shit.
I don't buy it. But because also you're fucking super weird.
Yeah, I'm so super fucking weird.
And like, I don't want to say dramatic.
No. I know what I saw. It That was fucking real, bro. As real as you and me sitting here.
Yeah, no, I know.
That was her.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what? I'll ask her to come back. How about that? I'll wake you up and show you. I told you.
See? And you're like playing with her arm.
That's so funny. All right. That's all I got. What's going on over there?
I have nothing to add, nothing to embellish that. That was
insightful.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It gives a nice little look back into your childhood and why you are the way that you are, because nobody should have to see dead people. I don't think it's not fair. No. Especially you. But that's what makes you special, I think.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Something else that popped in my head was the girl that was trying to kill me thing.
Yeah.
I just thought
I remember. Do tell. And this was it was like a year ago, wasn't it? God, it was fucking exhausting. No, over a year ago.
It was over a year ago.
It was when we were both supposed to move to LA, originally.
It was like a year and a half
and
ago.
Then this girl started. And then she's like, "Well, nope, I can't go. I got to stay.
I got to protect the family, you know." Yeah, this is actually a really fucking crazy story, and I haven't told it yet because
if she sees it, she might start again. If she sees this, she's definitely gonna start up.
We know who she is though now, so I mean, the last text I got was like a couple months ago. But it's like really weird and casual.
Hey Brianna, I need help.
I need help. Yeah. So basically, I got a DM, and this was when I was still ski mask girl, still fully covered. I get a DM, and this random girl DMs me and says, "Can you say the R word? R-A-P?"
I don't.
It's just a really aggressive word. She DM'd me and said, I hope you get assaulted is another word for it.
We'll
I don't like
assaulted.
the R word. You know what I'm talking about, though. And I was like, holy fuck, that is so horrible to say to somebody.
Yeah, sexually assaulted.
Yeah. So I made, what else to do but to make a stupid fucking TikTok about it.
Oh.
Made a fucking TikTok.
I forgot you did that.
But it was like, in the era of being like, hey, don't be a piece of shit on the internet, because why the fuck would someone say this to somebody?
Yeah.
Type thing. And it backfired because so I posted that. It of course got like millions of views. And
she green screened it or whatever, and it had the girl's comment with her username in it. That's how this whole thing
where I
came
went
about.
Wrong. I forgot to block out the username.
She DM'd you, I hope you get.
And I wasn't thinking at the time of her getting a bunch of hate DMs for sending me that DM. And I would never want that. I just I don't know. I always fucking do shit without thinking, and then
we know
far too often.
Yeah.
Whatever. So then I don't know how much time goes by.
2 days. It was not long.
Well, however much time goes by, me and Gina are now in.
Ironically, Nashville.
We're in Nashville.
Yeah, because you went on Bunny's podcast. Which is so funny. You were wearing a mask in the podcast, which is absurd.
Yeah, if you guys remember me going on Bunny's podcast, that was so fun. That was a really fucked up time. So, and we were going, it was Nashville, New York. Wasn't there another one? Or was it just those two? I think we were coming here and then we were going to New York and then going back to Michigan. So we're in Nashville and I start getting these texts from this random number. And it's super fucking creepy, and the person is like, hi, he this, or no, it doesn't say this, is I know where you live, sends me my sister's address, I'm gonna kill you all.
I feel like you're skipping a bunch of steps.
Okay, go ahead, fill it in.
So she makes this TikTok. This girl now gets a bunch of DMs, hate DMs, because they're standing up for Brianna, right? So then now this girl is messaging Brianna being I was wanting to kill myself and this is making it all worse. This is all your fault.
She didn't say that.
Yeah, she did.
I think we're both getting the story. Way after. That was in the phone call. The first text. You were wrong too, bro. She'll be like, no, this is what happened, and we're both wrong. My memory is especially wrong.
Take all of this, piece it together.
Yeah, piece it together. The first texts were just just creepy, like, this is your address, I know where you live, and I'm gonna kill you type situation. And then she starts saying, like, and this is your sister's address. Your nephews, their death is on your hands. Like, I'm gonna kill all of you, basically. But she has our addresses, and she's sending them to me.
Real address.
And I'm in fucking Nashville, and I'm like, hey, Chantel,
don't freak out.
grab the guns, and like, and my sister, I don't know if Tim was home or not. Whatever. I give out the warning calls, and I'm like, there's somebody fucking threatening to kill me and you and the whole family. I don't know how real it is.
She had her actual address, Brianna's actual address.
She had my apartment
your unit number.
My unit number, which I don't even know how the fuck you find that. Because you can find shit on the internet, but like, that's crazy. She knew a lot of shit. So it goes on through that day. I think it was maybe after the podcast that we called her or something.
Well, and then she started saying,
we go on Bunny's podcast, and at that time also things with like Tony were really, really bad.
And then she started threatening she started calling all of them.
Yeah, and so she's calling everybody. Like, she's threatening. Oh yeah, and she would be calling us, sending thousands of text
messages. You can't even use your phone because she's sending so many texts.
It's like 100 text streams saying like really fucked up shit.
Sending pictures of her guns, like saying she's gonna
I can't wait to pull my Glock, my 45 on you.
Didn't she say something about like hanging your body upside down?
I'm gonna
or something?
cut up all your limbs. I'm gonna put you in a sex ring. I'm gonna
like
sell
crazy
you to
shit.
I have I've got a guy, and it's crazy because I did like once. I'm not gonna skip to that step. I'm gonna tell that step after all these steps. So she's sending all these horrible things. Everyone's obviously freaking out. I'm to blame, of course, for all of this. It's all my fault. So everything is on me, and it's really bad. So we go on Bunny's podcast, and I'm like
trying so hard to like hold it together.
It's fine. And then we get back. I fucking get her on the phone somehow, this crazy fucking person. We get on the phone, and I don't know, I'm not gonna fucking start screaming at the chick because
something's obviously,
she's insane.
Yeah.
She's clinically insane. She starts off by like talking shit, being like, you fucking bitch, you C word, whatever. Ends up end of the day that she is like super depressed. Was like jealous of me that I was able to have an OnlyFans and like make money
off that, yeah.
And that I was this rich, spoiled white girl, and that she has to like do really horrible things for money. And I was like, listen, you psycho. I was homeless at one point. I've been like, I told her about my life basically, and she was like, oh my God, I didn't know that you were such a real person. And do you think we could be best friends and we should hang out? And like I'm on the phone for like an hour with this crazy lady, just trying to like de-escalate the situation and have her not pull a gun out
on anybody,
on my family. And by the end of the phone call, she's literally saying like, we should hang out. And so it's like a stalker, obsessive, crazy situation.
Yeah.
So we recorded like the whole conversation.
Oh yeah.
Like the police are involved, I think, at this point.
Dude, well, because she was then calling Tony and all of his family, had their address too, like threatening them. So then they're all freaking out back home while we're in Nashville. They call the cops and they get the cops involved. The cops figure out who it is, right?
Well, that's like way down the line. So we have to go to New York for like 12 hours. It's all still, but after the phone call, I think she chilled out for like 3 days, and then she texted me and was like, I let you off too easy. Let's fucking go. And then starts it all up again. And at that point I was in Michigan, and it's before it wasn't like pictures of guns and shit. Now it's pictures of guns and shit. And like so many guns. I don't know if she was like looking up these photos or if she actually had guns or not. So then I'm obviously not going to sleep in my apartment by myself. So I'm sleeping at Tony's every night. I hired security every night for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It was a long time to sit outside the house and like watch the house.
Remember the guy was asleep?
Yeah, bro. Fucker fell asleep.
The security guy you drove. I think you were coming to meet me.
I had to leave early to like something with I don't know.
It was like early as fuck though.
Either you or Chantel or something.
And the guy was dead asleep.
Because he would block the driveway, and so I would have to call him, and if I had to leave early, and the fucker was sleeping. And I'm like, bro, I'm paying you like a shitload of money, dude. And it was like really fucking horrible. And I am like, you know, to blame.
Which, like, I get that. Like,
it was my fault.
It was a silly thing, but
I did something stupid, but I also didn't know that behind that fucking thing there was a literal psychopath.
Well, that's not your fault.
That was gonna like derail our lives, and it was just a really horrible time, and it was really fucking scary. And I remember like I had to go back to my apartment for the security like come with me back to the apartment, and that's when it was like, I'm outside of your apartment.
I was with you. One of the times we're like, well, if she's going to be in there, she's going to be in there, so we might as well go.
Oh, no, I was alone at this time. But that time we would like go up there and be like,
all right.
You know, because you're like watching your back. I don't know if she's in the parking lot. I don't know if you don't fucking know where she is because she has all of our addresses. So at one point I was going to like get a different car to drive around because she had my license plate, my car. Like she knew everything. Dude.
Yeah.
And she would just send it and send pictures and... You know, like when you walk outside, I'm gonna fucking shoot you shit. Like, I'd just be running in zigzags.
We started wearing helmets everywhere. Didn't work. That's crazy.
I'm really, just in case.
Yeah, you can dodge it.
Yeah. So, I got like one of and the police. Let me say this, police weren't doing jack fuck. Like I had files, I had USBs, I had all the texts, all the recordings, all the photos. I had my dad have someone who was like a detective try and look into it.
We dropped the thing off at the Milford police, I remember.
It was raining out, I remember that. So we end up like getting this one detective who was like working on it. What ended up happening is I ended up fucking finding the bitch. The detectives, the police, they didn't do shit. I somehow end up just finding her. It was like an Instagram page or something, whatever. And me and Tony are like driving. I was like, I fucking found her. Oh my God. And it was her face, her name, everything. So we give it to the detective. He looks her up. And this is like the freakiest part of the whole thing. She had like 3 warrants out for her arrest. Probably still does. She had family members who were arrested for sex trafficking and mutilation, like,
oh my God,
of bodies.
I didn't know that.
Like, she wasn't lying when she said that
all that shit.
She could have us completely mutilated and sold in the black market. Like, she was fucking telling the truth. So I think I ended up being like, I know who you are. Yeah. Told her name, told her that, God, I had a weird dream that we like found her apartment. She lived in Michigan. She lived like kind of close to Detroit. So it's like, that was all true. Like we were like, oh, maybe like it's someone out of state. No, she was right fucking next door. And I basically told her, I think like that we knew who she was, that like the police were going to do whatever. But the thing is, unless someone is like in front of you attacking you, the cops can't do anything. Yeah. But she did have warrants out for her arrest. So like, that kind of helped her case. And then she ended up stopping once we like found out all that shit. And then like she would come back randomly for a little bit. Like maybe 2 months later, she'd send me like a thread of text, but they would be like, just trying to scare. But at that point, like I knew who she was. It would still like give me a jump scare, but I'm like, we know who you are. What are you going to do? And then it turned into her asking me for money. And she was like, hey, I can't get out of this thing. I need you to get me out of this because, you know, I don't have any money, whatever. And then a couple months ago, she's like, I need your help.
No, that was like a month. It was like
it was really recently. And she called me and then texted me
that you needed help.
Yeah. And it's always different numbers. It would always be different emails, numbers, Gmails, Outlook emails, like a million different burner phones. She
knew what she was doing.
She put her fucking
pussy into
it.
Yeah, which can't be that mad. It worked. She did her research.
Yeah.
She put her back into it.
Yeah.
You know what?
And she scared the fuck out of us. So
it worked.
Everyone has cameras now and everyone has guns. So
fucking crazy.
Yeah, that was something.
I can't even imagine how real celebrities feel when they have stalkers and they're like inside their house. That happened to
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, in her bed or whatever. That's fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
So scary, dude.
I would never stay alone.
No. Just wouldn't sleep. We'd be
With the gun.
yeah, that was a great little story that happened to me. Something silly. Something to lighten the mood.
Yeah, we're all fine though. Everything's fine. And just, you know, a little jump scare here and
Yeah.
there.
Keeps you on your toes.
I was gonna say it's good for you.
You have to stay on your toes, which is why we're gonna go shoot a bunch of guns this weekend.
Yes.
Target practice.
They breathed something of AK-47s, and I said that I should take a back seat with those.
I said Gina might get excited. You guys see that? Whip around.
It's best. Yeah, weaponry isn't my forte.
But it will be. It has to be.
Oh,
We have to
yeah.
be prepared. Mm-hmm. I said that on each of my houses at the farm, I want to set up like shooters.
What are they called? Like a crow's nest?
Yeah, something like that.
That's on a pirate ship, but like same thing.
Yeah.
The crow's nest on a pirate ship, it's like up that tall, like a tall pole, and it's like just a little like,
Yeah, just in
basket up
case
there.
anything happens.
yeah.
You never know
Don't
what's coming.
try anything. That's why you said no. You're gonna learn because we can't.
No, I don't.
We can't have anyone thinking I'm
Can't
weak.
be naive. No.
Yeah. No,
if
I'm
I
not.
hand you something, I want you to know how to use it.
How to
and I want
blast
you
it. Yeah.
to point. We'll give you a shotgun. It just kind of shoots everywhere. Can't really miss.
That is a better one. Something with less precision
Yeah.
and an easy like access.
Because if you don't have your
button.
glasses, we're all fucked.
That's another issue.
You would shoot a tree and think it's like a person.
I can't see anything.
Every single time we're driving, at first she would like see bushes and be like cows, and I'm like, no, Gina,
dead serious.
it's bushes. And then so there's these two donkeys that we drive by every fucking day, and one's smaller than the other.
Every single day. It's at the farm next door to
and
ours.
she goes, baby cow. Is that a baby cow?
Because they're so much smaller than the regular sized cows. I'm always like, the baby. Like, it's every fucking day. Like, and
it's the
because
donkey.
they're always in different positions. So, and then I always see like a brown small figure because all the cows around us are big, like all black cows, but the babies are brown. So in my head, they're small and they're brown. And I'm like, the babies.
And I have to let her down every
Yeah.
day. It's still the donkey.
Yeah. One day, just let me think that it is what it is.
I will. Yeah. They're over there today.
You see the babies, right? But you know what? I like just being my own little world. It keeps
Yeah.
me happy. So whatever.
It does. You are.
For the most part.
What are we doing?
Where are we going with this? Because
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, it's probably about time to wrap it up.
Hey, and you should wrap it up too.
This is not promoted
Nobody
by
does it anymore.
This is
Not
no one.
promoted. Sorry.
Leave it. This
Not
is
promoted by Trojan.
Not promoted by Durex.
Durex
Unless
is crazy.
Could be you.
I have a Durex hat.
Yeah, let's bring that next time. Let's bring that back in. We got to get the sponsors. We got to get the Aquaphor, the Trojan,
Jack Links.
Jack Links.
Casamigos.
Ooh, we should have like be sponsored by like beef jerky and dildos
That's
or
so-
something like that.
God,
Yeah,
This is so sick.
let's write that down on the way home. Let's kind of workshop
We're gonna
that.
talk about it next time.
Okay, well, thanks for coming back, you
Yeah,
guys.
thanks for coming.
I hope you enjoyed. It was just a little story time, just a little something, just to get
Yeah.
you through the week. Got us through the week. So
You have half a brain, so do we. So we're all in it together. You know
Cheers.
What I mean? Oh, God love you. All right.
Love it.